Hi team! Today was Apple's WWDC event, which usually showcases some exciting updates to their software offerings. Let's jump straight into what's new. iOS. The first realized update is the naming scheme, which confirms the biggest rumor to date.
Instead, we will get iOS 26, iPadOS 26, tvOS 26, macOS 26, watchOS 26, and visionOS 26.
Apple will be changing the numbering system for its OS updates, rather than having the inconsistencies of iOS 19 and watchOS 12, and so on. With the new naming scheme comes a new design. Apple showcased a translucent, more rounded design language which takes inspiration from the transparency of visionOS. This design will now be consistent between devices, from iOS and watchOS, all the way to tvOS and watchOS. The fluid design has been described as liquid glass. The largest changes can be seen on the home screen, where the clock face can now extend the height of the display, and this beautiful output for animated music, which I'm assuming will be Apple Music exclusive. Changes to the phone app allow your phone to silently answer unknown numbers and then give you a ring once the caller has given their name and reason for calling. This is similar to what Google does, although with Apple, it's automatic. Hold Assist is a new feature that will stay on hold for you, and then give you a ring once an agent has become available. The Messages app has finally added a poll feature, as well as the ability to settle up payments en masse using Apple Cash. Translation saw big updates, with live translation for on-the-fly communication within Messages. This even works with live FaceTime calls, generating live captions, as well as in phone calls where both users will hear an output in their local language. These translation updates even span across to Apple Music, where lyrics now have meaning and pronunciation is shown on screen. Next, the Wallet app. In light of travel changes in the US, digital IDs are being rolled out for domestic travel. Automatic order tracking has also been rolled into the app, with the ability to do installment purchases for in-store purchases. The Games app is a new take on the old-school Game Center, with a new look and features such as creating challenges with friends. Visual intelligence can help you find items right from a screenshot, as well as extract key information and share details to apps like your calendar. They also spend a good amount of time on Genmoji, but honestly, does anyone care? watchOS. watchOS introduces updates to the Fitness app. They introduce a workout buddy, which is this great dystopian hype man that tells you how you're getting on. I mean, honestly, just listen to this.
You earned your first 10K run award, and that's something to really be proud of.
I'm sad to announce that group challenges are still not a thing. Sorry, Marquez. There's some visual updates to Messages, as well as the notification stack. Quite honestly, there wasn't a lot of love shown for the watch, so we'll move on to tvOS. In addition to the liquid glass update, Apple TV has added profiles for Apple TV. This now lets you choose which profile to use right from Wake. Jesus, finally. And for quite honestly my favorite announcement of the day, you can now use your iPhone as a microphone when utilizing the karaoke feature within Apple Music. macOS. Next up, macOS, or more specifically, macOS Tahoe. Continuing with the liquid glass overhaul, there's an immediate transformation of the desktop. There's this developer I follow on Reddit who built an app to customize your folders, and Apple has just told him to put the fries in the bag, bro. Live Activities comes to macOS, as well as a native phone app. Spotlight has seen a significant overhaul, which allows you to execute commands and also access deep menus from your native and third-party applications. It even has its own clipboard manager. It's still not quite Raycast, but at least it's not as useless as Clippy anymore. visionOS. The first cool addition to visionOS lets you pin widgets to your virtual space, which will stay there between restarts, both for native apps and third-party apps. There's also a very scary, less uncanny valley update to Apple's personas. Apple put a real focus on enterprise, with the support for shared 3D spaces, as well as the ability to use third-party peripherals. You may think, why would I care? So did I, until I saw it had support for PlayStation VR. This could be interesting. iPadOS. In addition to all the changes we saw to iOS, like the new home screen, phone and games app, iPadOS saw a major overhaul. And oh boy, yet another new Windows system for iPad. Is it me, or did it sound like even Craig was trolling when he announced this feature?
This is what you've all been waiting for, a new windowing system on iPad.
You'll see a lot of elements now borrowed from macOS, such as an actual mouse pointer, app state buttons, and even a menu bar. Seems like they'll do just about everything, but put macOS on these tablets. You'll see other familiar additions like docking folders, but the most useful would be the introduction of the Preview app. Preview is easily one of the most underrated native apps on macOS, so this is genuinely a very welcome addition. There's this native feature called Local Capture, which lets you capture your screen input in high quality during a FaceTime or conference call. This is coupled with a microphone input selector, which honestly makes this finally look like a pro device. There's also support for background tasks. Gone are the days of having to keep an app open whilst it exports a video or compiles a render. We also saw changes to Apple Intelligence and its integrations with third-party apps and shortcuts. There's a lot we didn't cover, and quite honestly, neither did Apple as they delegated AirPods updates to a few seconds on a slide, so we've linked the full presentation in the comments below. Thanks for watching. What surprised you most about today's showcase, or what rumors ended up missing the mark? Please leave your thoughts in the comments and we'll catch you in the next one.